Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Mami Mthembu Fox, and on here we're going to be talking about our healthy hair journey and natural hair journey. In this topic I'm going to be touching on the 3 stages towards healthy hair and towards being natural as well. So I hope you enjoy the video, guys. Thank you so much for watching all the other videos that I've made so far. Alright guys, the first topic is on relaxed hair. So remember guys, this is not aimed at converting anybody. So if you're comfortable with relaxed hair and you want to continue with your relaxed hair, there's nothing wrong with that. So what I'll be talking about is what worked for me and my sister when I was taking care of her hair while she was relaxed. She's gone natural at the moment, but at the end of this I will leave some pictures for you. Okay. Alright guys, now for the ladies that are relaxed and are wondering how to keep that relaxed hair healthy, I'll just give you a few tips and guidance on how I used to do it. So first of all, we only relax my sister's hair twice a year or so, and that is called stretching out a relaxer. Now I know that from a young age I used to hear that every 6 weeks you need to go and get your hair straightened. That doesn't have to be the case, or rather relax. You can stretch out a relaxer. There are some women who stretch out a relaxer so much that they only relax their hair once a year. So in between you can kind of follow the same methods that the natural girls are using to keep the hair from not looking shady. So if you've got your protective hairstyles like your wigs and your weaves, you can use that during the time that your hair has a bit of growth. You can straighten out the growth, wash it out and blow dry it and straighten it out, and it will look just fine. Another way of dealing with that is keeping curlier hairstyles. That means putting curlers in so that the mix between your natural hair and your relaxed hair doesn't show as much. Another thing I'd like you guys to know about is testing to see whether or not your hair is healthy. There is a way of testing to see where your hair is sitting in terms of health, especially for relaxed girls. So what you can do is do a strand test. So you take a strand, whether it's from your comb. I wouldn't advise that you pull it from your hair. We don't want to do that. But when you're combing your hair and there's hair left over on your comb, you might want to just take it and put it into a little bit of water and then stretch it out to see the health of your hair. Now if it snips quite easily, not when you've been stretching it forever, if it snips quite easily, then it means that your hair is struggling with moisture. If it stretches like irregular, then you basically have hair that is lacking in protein. So it's important to understand the difference, guys, between moisture and protein. So usually you need to have a balance between the two. Too much moisture can be problematic, and then too much protein can also be problematic, but you need to have a balance. So when your hair stretches out a lot and it acts like an elastic, you must know that your hair is lacking quite a bit of protein, and you need to start looking at that. Another subject that I wanted to talk about quickly with regards to relaxed hair is lye versus no lye relaxers. Now I know that you've heard about those. The no lye is usually the ones that you have to mix, and then the lye relaxers, you usually find them by the salons where they are already pre-mixed. Now a quick difference, I'm not going to do a whole lecture on relaxed hair, we'll cover it as the videos go along, but a quick thing to remember is that the lye relaxers, they are harsher on the scalp but milder on the hair, whereas the no lye is actually milder on the scalp but harsher on the hair. So it's something that I know a lot of people don't know about. So do your research, go to Google and find out which one is going to be the best for you. So the no lye relaxers that you have and the ones that are pre-mixed usually are better for your scalp. You don't burn as much, but they're a little bit harsher on the actual hair strand itself, which means you need to do a lot to rinse off all of that product that has been built over your hair. So I think when choosing a relaxer, guys, you need to just figure out what is going to work best for your hair. But I'll cover the relaxers, guys, in another different video where we're only talking about relaxers. Okay, so those are the 3 things that I would think you should be doing. Test your hair to see the health of it. Make sure that you are choosing the correct relaxer for your hair that's going to work for you. And lastly, try to stretch out your relaxer as much as you possibly can. Okay, and then 2, what about the person who is relaxed but is looking at becoming natural? What are the first steps? What do you start doing now? Firstly, you stop using a relaxer. You stretch out the relaxer as much as possible. The best way is to cut off the relaxer at the top and only have your natural hair at the bottom. But if you're not comfortable with that, that's not an issue. What you can do is you can start getting into a transitioning phase. Now, transitioning means you're going to stay for a while. Some people transition for 4 months, some people 5 months, some people a year, depending on how comfortable you are to let your hair out. I only transitioned for about 6 months. And I had the relaxed hair at the top, and I also had the natural hair. And what I would do is I would do a lot of curly hairstyles and bantu knots and twists out, because then it combines the 2 together and it doesn't look so crazy. The only thing that you should be aware of when you are transitioning, guys, is that you will get a lot of shedding. What happens is that your natural hair has a curly texture, and then your relaxed hair is quite straight and brittle and not as strong as the natural hair. So what happens is that at the point where they meet, you might find that you have issues there and the hair breaks off. Therefore, you have a lot of shedding. So you must just be aware of that and the fact that you're going to need to have a good amount of moisture going into that hair. I would use a lot of protective styles during that time. Wear a lot of wigs and weaves and braids. Make sure that you don't pull the hair too hard, and then at some stage you're going to have to go into a phase where you actually cut off the relaxed hair at the top. At some stage you're going to have to. It's called a big chop. A big chop is when you cut off the relaxed hair completely and now you only have the natural hair. So during the natural hair phase, guys, this is where when you're starting off, your hair is going to need a lot of moisture and it's going to need protein for some people as well. Make sure that when you're doing your big chop, if you don't know how to cut your hair, guys, just go to a professional so that they can cut it nicely at the point where the relaxer and the natural hair meet each other. But if you're confident that you can do it on your own, then why not? I did my own big chop. I cut it off. Luckily, guys, my sister is natural at the moment. She's in the first few months of being natural, and hopefully she'll allow me to use her as a guinea pig so that I can show you. She's rolling her eyes. So that I can show you what to do in these beginning stages of being natural. So she still has a bit of a short hairdo, or a TWA, which is a teeny weeny afro. So if she allows me, hopefully, then I'll be able to use her and show you guys who are still in the very short stages of natural hair what to do, how to style it, what kind of accessories you can use with it, and how to find the balance between moisture and protein, and how to make it curly, make your TWA curly, because there is a way of making your TWA very funky during the short stages. I love TWAs. They're very, very beautiful. If you go to Google and just type in the word TWA, you'll see how many people have short teeny weeny afros and how beautiful they have styled it. So that's basically what we're going to be looking at. Next week's topic, guys, I'm trying to keep the videos short. So I won't go into the details. I'll try and go into the details in every video that I do. But what I will tell you guys is the weave that I was talking about last week. I've got it here. I will make sure next week sometime I'm going to do a practical video where I'm going to show you my actual regimen. So from how I wash my hair and what I use during that time, my night routine, what I use on my head before I go to sleep, I'll also show you a video on how to work a weave when you've got natural hair. So I hope this has been helpful, guys. Going forward, the videos are going to be a little bit more practical, where we actually do the hairstyles, and like I said, I hope my sister will allow me to do that with her, and then I'll show you exactly how to work with the hair. Alright guys, if you've got any questions, please send me your questions via Instagram or Twitter, and I'll try and answer your concerns or questions on the YouTube. What is that? Wait, I think I've got something on my lips. Stop it! I can't believe you! I was getting those. Hi everybody, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Mami Mtembu Fox.
I'm sorry, I couldn't
I couldn't keep my face.